What's up, Internet? Paparazzo Dave Chapman here. I'm in the Mas Rodina Star Wars area of MegaCon in Orlando, Florida. We got all sorts of stuff here. This area is hosted by all the aliens. Oh wait, it's still running. Oh no.
Donation for the kids. Give kids the world.
That's right, R2. It was not, in fact, still recording. It was such a crazy day that apparently the entire segment that I quote-unquote recorded was not recorded at all. However, this gives me the great excuse to run a bunch of the B-roll footage that I probably otherwise would have scrapped. I'll do a quick voiceover talking about the history of Sabacc, and then we can go look at some of the really cool decks that you can find out in the wild. The real-world behind-the-scenes story of Sabacc is just as fascinating as the fictional one. In The Empire Strikes Back, Han just says,
"You lost her to me fair and square."
But the novelization does use the name Sabacc. The now non-canonical 1983 novel Lando Calrissian and the Mind Harp of Shrew laid out the first version of the rules, which were then further codified in the 1989 Crisis on Cloud City adventure module for Star Wars the Role-Playing Game. The module even came with an 84-card Sabacc deck for a side quest in the module. Those same rules served as the basis for the 76-card Sabacc decks that were distributed at Celebrations Anaheim in 2015, and for most of the rules still used today. Here's where things get really interesting. Through all of that, and even more, Lucasfilm never actually trademarked Sabacc. However, a small fan startup, Ren Ventures, did trademark it, and they released a mobile app based on the game. This launched a number of copyright and trademark lawsuits from both sides. Ultimately, Lucasfilm's deep pockets, combined with Ren Ventures' use of Star Wars images, quotes, GIFs, so on, in their social media marketing, led to Lucasfilm finally reacquiring the full legal control over the game. Right now, the only place to get an officially official deck is through Disney. Somewhat surprisingly, the House of Mouse has not been as aggressive in dealing with unofficial Sabacc products as they are in other areas, which means you can find print-and-play cards and multiple Etsy prop companies selling unique decks and accessories.
There's this deck right here. These are the more traditional looking. They have no numbers on them at all, but I like this deck because it's got the numbers on it, especially for folks that are just learning. So when they have to look at these, they don't have to look at the chart and go, okay, what number is that? This particular deck right here is, you can get it at Walt Disney World online. These are the Disney cards based on Galaxy's Edge game. And then there is Mike and Emily from Hyperspace Props. They're on Etsy, and they have their own thing as well, and that's where you can get these right here.
So I'm here with Mike from Hyperspace Props. Tell me what you've got here for Sabacc decks and some of these other props people can find for you.
Yeah, so I've got 6 different Sabacc decks, which include all 3 of the major variants of Sabacc. So this is my Corellian Spike deck. It has the cards the same as the Disney version, but it's a linen card, so it's a little bit higher quality. And you play the same rules as the Galaxy's Edge version. This deck is our Coruscant Shift deck. This is the exclusive version that's only available on the Halcyon. So if you want to buy the official Coruscant Shift deck, it usually costs about $6,030. So this is a little bit of a
little cheaper version.
Yeah. The remaining four decks are all traditional decks. The reason why we have so many traditional decks is because that's the one that my wife and I prefer, because it's more of a fleshed out, like full-fledged gambling game. Whereas in the Disney Sabacc universe, gambling's kind of a taboo subject, so they don't usually try and promote gambling. So the first deck here, this rectangular one, is based off of Star Wars Rebels. There's an episode called Idiot's Array where Zeb and Lando play Sabacc, and this is the deck that they're using. The next deck, this hexagonal deck, is our Celebration deck. This is modeled after the first Sabacc deck produced by Lucasfilm and distributed at, I believe, Celebration 3, one of the early celebrations. So we kind of redesigned the deck a little bit and then re-released it. The next one is our solo themed deck. It's got a really nice weathered pattern on the back. A lot of people prefer this one because you can make it look like you're in a more of a divey cantina type scene and really get into it. The last deck is our newest deck. This is our Naboo Royal deck. This took us about 8 months of design work. So you get 2 key cards, one side for the alphabet and the other side for the numbering system. And these are all based off of the symbols, as well as all of the card designs are based off of deleted scenes, concept artwork by Doug Chang, the visual dictionary books, random references found throughout Star Wars. Sometimes in the Clone Wars you'll see some like references to Naboo. Each suit, the face cards all have different costume designs for a guard, a queen, a king, and a handmaiden. And these ones are like super gorgeous. I absolutely love these. This is my favorite deck to play with. And then at the last part, all of the negative cards are based off of statues that are outside Thebe Palace and some of the like mythological lore of Naboo. So they're all really beautiful. But yeah, it's all available online, hyperspaceprops.com, and we do free shipping on orders over $35, and we do international shipping. And I guess the free shipping is for US orders only, but shipping to Canada is, I think, $8. It's really fast.
So not much at all, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty good. So
I love the experience of learning and playing the game, and it was made even better with the atmosphere created by the semi-immersive 150 square foot Mos Rodina Star Wars area at MegaCon. It's a joint project of multiple Central Florida Star Wars fan groups and blew my mind. I want to thank Ken from the Florida Sabacc League for coming in early and teaching me how to play, as well Hyperspace Props for showing off some of their really cool designs, and of course a big thank you to Julie's Andrews for the music that you hear at the beginning and end of this video. A very special shout out to the legend of the Traveling TARDIS, who brought me out to MegaCon so I could do all of this. With all of that being said, until next time, good gaming, and goodbye.
yeah, enough credits to buy or lose the Millennium Falcon.